I never liked driving at night. The darkness seemed to swallow the world whole, leaving only shadows and whispers in its wake. But on that fateful night, I had no choice. I had to make the long drive back home from a friend's party, and I couldn't delay it any longer. As I navigated the winding roads, the only source of light was my headlights cutting through the inky blackness. Each twist and turn seemed to lead me deeper into the unknown, and a sense of unease settled over me like a shroud. The radio crackled with static, and I fumbled with the dial, desperate for some distraction from the oppressive silence. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching me from the darkness beyond. Suddenly, a figure darted out in front of my car, causing me to slam on the brakes. My heart pounded in my chest as I peered through the windshield, but there was nothing there. Just the empty road stretching out before me. Shaken but determined to press on, I continued down the desolate highway, my nerves on edge. It felt like hours had passed when I saw it. A lone figure standing by the side of the road, their silhouette illuminated by my headlights. Instinctively, I slowed down, my mind racing with questions. What were they doing out here in the middle of nowhere? Did they need help? But as I drew closer, a chill ran down my spine. There was something off about the figure, something unnatural. Its movements were jerky and disjointed, like a marionette being pulled by unseen strings. And its eyes. They seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. I tried to convince myself it was just a trick of the darkness, but deep down, I knew it was something more, something sinister. As I passed by, I stole a glance in my rearview mirror, only to find the figure gone without a trace. My heart hammered in my chest as I sped up, desperate to put as much distance between myself and whatever I had just encountered. But the horrors were far from over. Up ahead, the road seemed to vanish into thin air, swallowed by an impenetrable fog. I squinted through the windshield trying to make out any semblance of the path ahead, but it was no use. The fog was too thick, too suffocating. Panic clawed at my throat as I realized I was lost, trapped in a maze of darkness with no way out. I gripped the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white, my mind racing with fear. And then I saw it. A pair of glowing eyes peering out from the fog, fixated on me with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. I tried to look away, to pretend I hadn't seen anything, but the eyes followed me, burning into my soul with their malevolent gaze. With a surge of adrenaline, I slammed my foot on the gas, determined to escape whatever lurked in the darkness. But no matter how fast I drove, the eyes remained, always watching, always waiting. It felt like an eternity had passed before I finally saw the faint glow of streetlights up ahead, a beacon of hope in the endless night. With a sigh of relief, I pushed the pedal to the floor, my heart racing as I raced toward safety. But just as I reached the edge of the fog, something slammed into the side of my car with a deafening crash. I swerved out of control, my tires screeching against the asphalt as I fought to regain control. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, the fog lifted, revealing the empty road stretching out before me. I glanced around frantically, searching for any sign of what had caused the collision, but there was nothing there. Trembling and disoriented, I pulled over to the side of the road, my hands shaking as I tried to make sense of what had just happened. But deep down, I knew there was no rational explanation. Some things are better left unexplained, lost in the shadows where they belong. And as I drove away into the night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something had followed me home, lurking just beyond the reach of my headlights, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The end. As the final chapter closes, may its whispers haunt your dreams. Thank you for joining us on this dark journey, and may your night be filled with the thrill of the unknown.